Hello YouTube. Today I'm going to be showing you how to install drivers after you've restored to Windows. Now, it's an easy process, but if you're just starting to learn it, it could be a little confusing. So, first of all, I'll just do a quick sum of what a driver is. A driver is what connects your hardware to your software. And so you need this to be able to utilize all of your hardware on your system. So, I know other people say, oh, install your chipset first and upgrade your BIOS and then do your No, the first thing I do is install either my LAN, which is your wired internet, or install the wireless card. Now, as you can see, I have already installed my wireless card as I am connected to a network. However, if you have not installed a network and Windows does not automatically have the driver for it, you will need to install it so you can connect to the internet and get other drivers. So what I did on another computer was simply download the driver, and then I went and put the driver onto a USB flash drive, or you can write it to a CD, and then I just went and copied it to the computer, and then I installed it, rebooted, and now I have, oh, screw that, and now I have the driver. Now I'm not sure, I deleted off of this, but I used to have the driver on this USB flash drive. And so once you install that driver, if you don't know how to install drivers, I'll show you real quickly in a second. So once you get your internet driver installed, or you need to figure out how to download it, this is how you download a driver or drivers. Now if you built your computer, you will need to Google all your hardware. Like in my computer I have a ATI Radeon 2400 series graphics card. But if you, most likely you did not build your computer. So what you're going to be doing is find the manufacturer of your computer. Now there's Toshiba, Dell, Asus. Mine, however, is an Acer. So I shall go to acer.com. And what you're going to look on for their website is where their driver section is. Usually it's at the bottom of the page, or it's a tab on top. But in Acer, the way they have their website laid out, it's currently right there. So I'll click on that. Now it'll appear to select your computer. Now you can try and find a model name or a serial number, but the easiest way I do this is to simply follow through this bottom area thing. And most websites like Dell will have this. I'm an Acer Spire M5630. Alright, there we go. So now we will be prompted for the operating system, and I'm running 64-bit. If you're not sure, go to Control Panel and go to System and Security System. It varies depending on what version of Windows you have. I'm running a 64-bit operating system. However, I'm just going to choose 32 because it does not have 64-bit drivers for my operating system. And then we'll wait for it to refresh. Alright, so this is application. I want to head over here to drivers. And now here we have all of our selection. So I already installed the LAN driver so I can have internet. But now I want to install a different driver. So I'm going to download practically the entire list. I want the chipset driver, I want the audio driver, and I don't care about the modem. I don't use that. Don't care about the TV tuner. Now this is where it gets a little weird with my computer. This one it does not show the driver I have. I do not have an Intel graphics card. I have an ATI. The simplest way you can do that is look on the outside of your desktop or laptop, or you can simply open up a desktop and find out. But laptop, you don't really have that options. But otherwise, you can do a Google search, like you can my model M5630, and then you can find all the hardware inside of it. So there you can see there's all my other specifications and all that stuff. But I need to find my ATI graphics card driver. So this is also how you can do it. You can search every individual component. So while I'm downloading these drivers down here, I'm going to go find my other driver. So we're going to go to Desktop Graphics, ATI Radeon HD Series, 2X Series, and Windows 7 64-bit, and we'll review our results. Alright, so we have our article page here. There's the Catalyst Suite software that we'll download right there. Alright, and so now we are downloading all of my drivers. I'm downloading my graphics driver, I'm downloading my audio driver, and my chipset driver. Now, another thing I'm going to cover in drivers is the BIOS, how to update the BIOS. So, I don't think I need to do this. It also varies by computer, but what you need to do is download the latest version of BIOS. It should be on your website again, and it will download. Now, I probably won't install it because I believe I have the up-to-date BIOS, but depending, you can either, on your computer, you can install an exe directly from your computer and reboot, or you have to go and do the complicated way and burn it to a CD, and that's what I believe this has to do. Newer computers, you should be fine with just launching an application, though. So we have this. We're just going to extract all real quick. Alright, we have this, and we have an application. However, you have to burn it. Yes, that's here. Okay, yada yada. Alright, so I do not have the chipset drivers installed yet, so it's confused. But basically, what we do is we have to open up our file, the ROM file, and set up. Now, I believe I could hit flash, and that's how I do it, but it's, again, it varies. So I'm just going to close this out, but that's how I would update my BIOS. I'd hit flash, and it would go and install my updated BIOS. So that's how I installed my BIOS. So you saw how to do it, you just didn't see it happening, which nothing else happens besides a reboot. So now we will wait. Okay, so we have the chipset download, so we'll just extract that. Waiting. And now we might as well install the chipset. Alright, where is it? There we go. 64, setup, run. We're going to go back a few pages. Alright, we got set up. We're going to click next. Yes. Next. And now we're going to wait for that to load. So now we're going to install my graphics. We're going to do this all simulationally. Alright. Troubleshooting a little there. Alright. So we're going to run the graphics card installer. Okay, we're going to install it at that default location. So we got that running. Let me just minimize that for a second. That running. Alright, we're almost done. Alright. We completed the chipset install. That was pretty easy. We have one driver down out of 3, I believe I downloaded, and that one is still downloading at a very slow pace. 14 minutes. Well, actually, Windows installed a audio driver, as you can see, so I don't even think we need that. But yes, that's the next thing I'll go over. Windows Update. You can use Windows Update to find drivers. Once you launch Windows Update, there's an important update section, which usually has to do with the operating system. Under optional updates, however, you may have these, like this one. This is a display driver. You can click on that. Here's my modem driver. You can accept that. Here's an update to my internet driver that I just installed. Click on that. Here is an update to my wireless card driver that I installed. Click on that. The easiest thing actually to do is just accept all updates. If you just do that, you'll get a good half of your updates installed. So you can easily do that and get some of your updates. That's how I got this audio driver when it was running Windows updates. So now we're going to click install. We're going to go to custom because I like custom. Yes, we'll create that folder. It'll detect my system settings. Alright, so we have the chipset done. Alright, we can delete that. We have this done. That's the same thing, just compressed. So now all we have is our graphics driver. As you can see, this is actually a pretty easy install. We'll just accept all of those because I don't see anything I don't like. We'll accept their agreement terms. And now we're going to launch Windows Update again. And we're going to go and install update drivers through there. So I'm going to skip that since I'm installing the display driver right now. I don't want the modem. Basically you can install all these, but I just don't like them. They're stupid. And now I'll install my wireless adapter and my Realtek network updates. We'll click on K on that. We'll disable these 90 whatever important updates. We'll just scan through them to make sure there's nothing in terms of drivers. Oh, there goes my graphics card installing. And there we go. Now look at that pretty resolution. Yep, looks like there's no driver updates in there, so we'll just install those 2 updates. So with the combination of your browser, your manufacturer's website, Google, and Windows Update, you can easily get all of your graphics and any other driver in particular installed. So now we have the freedom to customize all this fun stuff, and we get HD screen, we get audio, all that fun stuff. So I'm just gonna screw around with this a little now that I can really. Alright, so now I want to customize my resolution. That's another thing after you install your graphics driver. Mine had a sort of built-in graphics driver, but you can customize all your resolution. This is the easiest way. So as you can see, it goes from really ugly to other stuff, if you can see. Yeah, so see, after you get a graphics driver installed, it's so much more crisp. I don't want that. Cancel. So there, as you, oh, okay, that just minimized. Alright, so after Windows Update is done and AMD thingy is done, oh, that's done. We have just 2 drivers left to install, which are taking 50 years. But as you can see, installing drivers is not the hardest thing in the world. You just go to your manufacturer website or Google your parts. You download the files, you run them, and then you finally have completed the process of connecting your hardware to your operating system. Thank you for watching this video, and I hope you learned a lot during it. And I guess you might as well say peace out.